Hello, this is Myrie Lane from the Buying Spice channel. In the fall, I do spice mixtures, and I kind of survey what I have in spices right before Halloween. Last couple of years, that's been more difficult for health reasons. I am sitting at the table taking on the task today. I went ahead in my last video and broke down this goldenberry powder and put it in this modular mate so this can be sprinkled on cereals and in coffee and in smoothies. Excellent health properties in goldenberry powder, and goldenberries themselves are a superfood. But now I'm working on my pumpkin spice, and if you grab just an everyday can of pumpkin, some of the cans will already have the spice included. What is listed on here is salt, cinnamon, ginger, cloves. And I've got salt, I got cinnamon, ginger, and cloves. But I also include allspice and nutmeg in my pumpkin spice mixture. Now, I'm not going to put in the salt. I'm going to put it in at the time of cooking because it has certain properties that, I'd just rather not. I have to use it quicker if I put in the salt. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Somebody can tell me. But I remember an acronym. If you're a musician, all good boys do fine, I think is the bass clef, because it's the letters. So with pumpkin spice, it's C, G, C, A, N. And my memory device for remembering the order these go in is Cleaver Girls Can, C-A-N. So it's like Cleaver Girls Can. So that's how I remember what order I put my spices in for my pumpkin spice. Now the cinnamon is what you put in the most. So I've got here a mortar and pestle, and I'm going to go ahead and do the ratio mixture, because there's 4 times the amount of cinnamon as there is ginger. So I'm just going to go ahead. A little bit of powder fell in, that's fine. I'm not worried about getting it precise, and you'll find out why. So this is half a tablespoon. Most recipes call for 2 tablespoons of cinnamon. Now go ahead and I put it over my bowl or my mortar and pestle, because if any spills out, since I'm not trying to be real precise, that's fine. If you want to put it, okay, that's probably all 4 right there, because more fell in than I expected. Now, no matter how much I'm mixing, I try to mix it up together and grind it before I put it in the container. Gonna need that again. Now, that was 2 tablespoons of cinnamon. You need 2 teaspoons, which is considerably less amount, for your ginger. So here's teaspoons and tablespoon. Teaspoon, tablespoon. So you're only going to use 2 of these for the ginger. And one of these is half of what a tablespoon is. So 1, 2 ginger. Not Marianne, ginger. Okay, that was Clever Girl. And now we go to the second C. And with the second C, we put in 1 tablespoon for cloves. Oh good, this will fit down in here. Ooh. Yeah, I do want to get this a little bit more precise because it's a stronger ingredient. I love the smell of cloves. Now, when we go to the Allspice, we go to a 1/2 teaspoon. Oh, that's cloves again. What am I doing? Okay, Allspice, 1/2 teaspoon. It's even smaller amount. And then when I go to the nutmeg, also 1/2 teaspoon. And the nutmeg. So those are the ones I normally put in. But because I have goldenrod this year, some people go ahead and put their salt and their sugar and everything else in. I don't. I don't put salt and sugar in. I'm going to go ahead and put some goldenrod berry powder. Yeah, not goldenrod. Goldenberry powder. This is... Yeah, I'm going to put in the same amount I do of the allspice. I said earlier I wasn't going to do this, but I'm going to ground this up really well. And this one I'm using today. I'm going to fix a pumpkin pie today. So grind this up really, really well. And if you have your spices on the shelf, say, for a year, they say to throw them away after a year. I absolutely don't. But I do mix and refresh by grinding them. So that way they get mixed up better. And it just brings out the flavor again in them. Oh, that smells wonderful. So what I have here is my Tupperware modular made spice container. This is the tall one. This is the 4-inch one. This had previously been used for something else, but it's been washed out, and I'm going to put this label on it. This is pumpkin pie spice with 6 ingredients. Don't see that every day. So I'm going to take this. Later on today, I'm going to make more of this, and I'm going to figure out how much I need to make to at least halfway fill this container. Yeah, that allspice is getting down my throat. Halfway fill this container, so that way I'll have enough to make at least 3 more pumpkin pies besides the one I make today. So that way, during the holidays, if I mix it well, I can just scoop in here and get 3 tablespoons of pumpkin spice and put it in here, and it'll be what I would normally use, what this is going to end up being for my recipe. So that's what I do before the holidays. There are many things to do you can do to prepare and make the holidays special for your family. It doesn't have to all be about big presents and money. It can be about traditions. It can be about cooking. It can be about culture. It doesn't all have to be materialism. And I think that's an important thing to remember this year. To me, as a Christian, it's about Christ Jesus' birth. And yes, I know it's not on the actual day or date that Christ was born. He was born in the spring. The early Christians celebrated Christmas on Saturnalia so that they wouldn't be fed to the lions. Because the Romans were having a big celebration, they decided to celebrate the birth of Christ at that time to protect themselves. And that's how a lot of the pagan rituals that the Romans did got integrated into Christmas, because those things were happening at the same time, and early Christians had to participate in some of those harmless traditions to get by, to survive. So that's why that was carried over. The pagan holiday was carried over. And later, when the Catholic Church was converting people to Catholicism, they also used, in reverse, the religious institution used pagan holidays to help convert people to see this isn't so different than what you're already doing, because they already were doing those rituals. So that's how pagan holidays and Christianity got mixed as far as holiday traditions. The Jehovah's Witnesses choose not to celebrate Christmas because of this. But stay focused on your family. Stay focused on spirituality, and stay focused on the true meaning of the holiday, which is Jesus Christ. And it's not materialism. Have a wonderful day, everyone.